back with more Nioh. I'm stuck on a boss, you know how it goes. In this Nioh game, for me at least. Might hear me rambling there when I get pissed off, but oh yes. And I'm dead. It's just one-hit deaths, basically. But certainly a grab is automatic death. But basically, it's even at best, it's a two-hit death, you know what I mean? That's all there is to hope for. That's your best hope, is a two-hit death for damn things. Death, automatically you will die as soon as you take damage, which means that bosses have to be done perfectly, even though your mobility and speed is reduced by all of the spider webs, because this is fair and balanced. Part of fun is challenge. I don't even know what to do. It's pretty bad. I mean, like, basically this is the best armor, and I'm upgrading probably more than the level of this level, like than this stage, but you're just never, that's like my biggest problem, is you're never strong. Like, the only thing that's strong, or that gets strong, is your understanding of how the enemies attack. You're able to better avoid them. But you never feel strong in this game. Look at this. I mean, like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, how is this? This isn't fun. Like, doing this for 10 minutes. Get one hit, let her go crazy for 45 seconds, get two hits, let her go crazy for 15 seconds, get one hit. Like, I don't like I don't like this kind of gameplay. And I think this is the difference between this game and like Souls games. Whereas like you say, oh, if you were using low hits, you'd be getting, but you wouldn't be doing, you'd be doing literally zero damage at certain points. And it's just not well balanced. That's like not on me. That's on how the game is made. Like, look at this. And death. I'm surprised you didn't just grab me there. Yeah. I just don't find this kind of, because the bosses aren't balanced. It's just a matter of like literally edging them down one hit at a time at the slowest possible pace, because that's the only way to do it. Like, unless you have a certain build, or unless you like figure out how to glitch the AI, which is how most of the people who are good at the game have even progressed. It's just a matter of glitching the AI, of understanding what stupid shit it does and positioning yourself to capitalize. But in general, this isn't fun to play casually. Like, unless you know the ins and outs of the game. Yeah, there we go. It's just a constant stream of like this is like why I've quit this game several times before. It's just not fun. Like, I never played a Souls game before in my life, but I played Bloodborne and played all the way through it. I never played a Souls game in my life. I played Revenge of the Fallen. Well, I'd played Bloodborne by that point. But then I played Revenge of the Fallen, which is a much worse game, but I played all the way through it. I never played anything like the Surge, but the first Surge, I played all the way through it. This game, I can't play all the way through because no matter what you do, no matter how strong you are, I mean, I'm as strong as you could possibly be at this point in the game. And it's still just a one-hit death half the time. Certainly, like, look, and now I'm slow, and it's just not fun. I'm done with this game. I will maybe beat this off stream and join back up, but I really am just done with this game. It's just not fun. And again, after playing Nioh 2, it's literally the exact same thing. This is not how you make a Soulsborne game. Balance. I mean, imagine being the absolute 100% strongest that you could be. I've probably, in just this character right here, I probably put in 70 or 80 hours. He's level basically 50 in everything or more. So why is it only that you go to a boss with level 50 armor, level 50 weapons, level 50 character, and you get one-shotted? How is that fun? You know what I mean? And here's the thing, it's not just bosses. Regular, like, large yokai can two-shot you. Now, they can't one-shot you, but they can, or maybe if you catch the bum rush, but it's super out of control in the sense of this would never be like this in any game that's balanced. You would never be at level 50 and like and still be able to be just two-shotted by any old enemy. But this game, that's exactly what this is. No matter how far you get, the world levels up with you. And sure, again, for regular enemies and shit, it's just an annoyance because your understanding of how they attack and where the game puts them, and you're only dealing with the same 15 or 20 enemies max, but mostly you're just dealing with 2 or 3 a game. So it makes it very easy to say, oh, well, this is how they operate. You know what I mean? And it makes it easy to deal with. And like for a while, like I was afraid of these, but now it's like even these guys. But look, 2 shots, bam, 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 you're dead. 3 max. And I think that's just the problem with the game is that you never feel strong. And a big important part of games like this is feeling like you basically, if you started this game from scratch, the enemies are going to be the exact same amount of difficult and tough and challenging as they are from the beginning. And some will say, well, that's what you want. But if that's the case, then why even have... Like, let's think about this. And I want you to really think about this. If you leveling up means the enemies level up right along with you, then why do we even need a progression system? Because the leveling is exactly the same. If you say, like, we don't even need a leveling system for things like buffs, debuffs, or magic, just have that. Why do you even have a leveling system to begin with when enemies that would 3-shot, like let's say an enemy would take 3 hits to kill you at level 1 in the first stage of the game. Well, now you're at level 50, you're 40 hours in, and enemies still will kill you in 3 hits. Some in 2, some in 1. So if that's the case, why even have a leveling system? And that's my only problem with Nioh, is that you didn't need this complex leveling system because your game negates all level. The only thing that you really feel stronger is that you have more like attacks by leveling up. But again, they're not even, nothing's that special. You could just give us all of that from the beginning and it wouldn't even feel, it wouldn't feel any different than having to unlock basic things like parries. You know, having to spend 20 hours to unlock like a decent parry. What? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Why is it a thing that bosses one-shot you 50 hours in? And there I am. Death. I'm surprised. Again, where's the attack room? Oh yeah, there is an attack. It should be apparent where the attack is, but the problem is all these attacks are just diving attacks. So there's no room for me to get more than a strike in. It's not like well balanced. It's just not how you want your game to be. Just kill me. Yeah, just kill me. I don't like I said, I've played all the Souls games. I've played every type of Souls games ever, and this is by far the worst balanced one in the history of all Souls games. Because it's just a stream of like, no matter how much you level up your key, bosses will just eliminate that in 1 or 2 hits. So even if you're dodging, what ends up happening is, and because enemies literally, this is what the developer said, enemies, the same way you see a health bar and a key bar, enemies also see health bars and key bars for you. So they know when you're out of key. So now it's just them knowing I can either force him to dodge or I can do 3 consecutive attacks, force him to run out of key, and then I can get off a free hit that's going to take between 30 and 60% of his health. There's no fun in that. That's not in. And then again, if you watch anybody, watch any single person that ever has played this game. It's just them glitching the AI, basically. It's them knowing exactly where to stand so that attacks that should hit them don't, and it's them knowing. You know what I mean? That's it. That's the only thing, is that when you play it, you know where to stand so that attacks that look like they would hit you won't hit you, and that sometimes you can make them miss. There's no real skill in it other than figuring out how to manipulate. And that's how, like, people say, oh, you're look like not bad. Yeah, but that's because you can sit after so many like after 100 hours, and that's about how long I've played this game between my 2 or 3 characters that I've made. After 100 hours, you figure out how to glitch the AI, but the problem is you just always feel weak as hell. I mean, like, this is the farthest I've ever made it, because I like remade my character a few times, like through whatever, not auto saving. I mean, not cloud uploading and stuff. But this is just, it's got to be one of the best and worst. The concept and some of the things that are put into the game are so good, but the problem is their execution on balance is the worst I've ever seen in my life. And again, 35 years, well, we'll say 32, 33 years of gaming. I'm 35 years old. I've been gaming since the day I was born, almost. And it's just miserable. I mean, the balance. Nothing should be able to one-shot you 40 hours into the game. Nothing should be able to two-shot you. You just always feel weak in this game. You always feel weak. You never feel adequate. Because everything is just as strong as you all the time. And the hit detection is fucking terrible. And there we go. One shot. Right. Again, that's how it is. We'll block you in the key. And my key is, all I did was basically level up my key, and it still is just nothing. This game is just trash. Do not play this. Do not buy Nioh 2, because it's the exact same thing as this, more or less. This game is garbage. I think if I had to give it a score myself, I'd give it a 6.5. And I know there's like, well, that's not terrible. But that's because I do acknowledge that there is quality here and that there is fun to be had. But all in all, this game exemplifies people putting challenge over balance. And when you're making a game, your number one concern should be, does this make the game more fun? It shouldn't be, does this make the game... And here's the thing, challenge is great. If you want to challenge players, do that, but make it balanced. And here's the thing about balanced. The balance should either be 50-50, or it should always be in favor of the player. But when everything is stronger than you, and that's how it is. If you're level 20 and if you're level 1 and an enemy is level 1, whether you're high stance, mid stance, low stance, it's going to take you more hits to kill them than it will you. Like, unless it's like one of the really small enemies. But for let's say an equal sized enemy and above, it's going to take you at best. So if an enemy is this exact same size as you, it might take you 3 hits to kill them. But if an enemy is the exact same size as you, it might take them 3 hits. It will take them 3 hits to kill you. And it's just, that's fine. But what happens when you, as you get stronger? You have more health points, your armor is better, your weapons are doing more damage. Why is it that the exact same enemy that's the exact same size as you, who hasn't leveled up and gone through all the shit you have, can still kill you in 3 hits? Just like, and the same thing, you can kill them in 3 hits. Why do we even have a progression system then? Just for, again, you don't need to have a character leveling. You don't need to have armor leveling. You don't need to have weapon leveling. Leave all that stuff alone, and the only thing that should level would be skills, buffs, and debuffs. But actual attributes to weapons, armor, and level should all just be done away with, because it doesn't serve a purpose. And what that's why what you should do is you should have high ranked enemies and you should have low ranked enemies. Trash mobs. That's the way that every other successful game in the history of gaming has done it. Some things, even if and there are games where the enemies level up with you, but you can still kill them easier than you could in the beginning, meaning less hits. Not saying you don't have the tools. I mean, you can see, there's no reason that I should be dying in 2 hits 40 hours into the game. 40 hours of leveling, I should say. I'm not 40 hours into the game. I'm probably 10 hours into the game. But I'm 40 hours worth of leveling into the game. Because basically in this game, you level one level. I mean, the first few levels are really fast, but once you get to level like 30, you're leveling about a level an hour on average. Again, broken. Yep. Yep. See that? Again. Level 50. Just nothing you can do there. Nothing you can do. What the game wants you to do is go back, do Twilight mission, do Midnight missions. They want you to go back, do all kinds of crazy stuff. They just want you to keep grinding. And what'll happen is you'll find something higher level. You'll find, and it's just, but again, it's just not fun. I just want to play the missions. I don't want to have to grind. There's no reason that I shouldn't be able to block 3 hits. 3 hits and I'm out of key. That's it. And enemies, oh, they can block 7, 8, 9 of mine. I block 3 hits and I'm out of key. It's ridiculous. Armor's terrible. Things like that happen. I'm just done with this game. This is probably the last time I'll ever play it. My final score for this game is a 6.5. It is genuinely not a bad, and again, for me 6.5 is not a bad game. Not that it's a bad game, but it's flawed beyond, you can't save it. You know what I mean? There's no saving the things that are wrong with this game because they're fundamental. Things like balance are just not right. I mean, again, there's nothing I can do with my key. My key is just effed. There's nothing, 0, zip, zilch, 0. I've done every single thing. I did everything I could as far as even buying the Book of Reincarnation so that I could redo all of my skills and attributes, and did every single thing to key. And like, I tried to make it balanced. I tried to do everything. This game is just unbalanced, and leveling is not fun. The bosses are not fun. Nothing in this game is fun except for there's some moment-to-moment stuff that's pretty fun. That's the only thing that's fun in this game. Is some moment-to-moment stuff. It doesn't matter. It's just, again, a flawed game from concept. Challenge over everything. That's not the way to make the game. It should be balance over balance. The equation for a good like Soulsborne game is simple. Balance equals challenge. It's like one of the easiest quotients, easiest equations ever. If you were to write it down, that's what it would be. Balance equals challenge. This game would be challenge greater than symbol balance, and that's why it's just unfulfilling. One shot. You know what I mean? Something that doesn't even seem that strong or that crazy. One shot. One shot. That's what's so nuts about this game. It doesn't even need to be like this strong. You wouldn't even think things kill you that you wouldn't even think should kill you. Like you're like, oh, that's a strong move, but should it kill me? Nah, that shouldn't take that much. Everything. Everything. Death. Again, it just requires you to be absolutely perfect. It's not even like, oh yeah, you can like fumble your way through it. No, 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 no. You have to be perfect through this thing. You can take a hit, but you need to fucking heal right away. And then you need to It's just not, again, not fun. Not how you want to do a boss. It's not how you do an engaging boss fight. It just isn't. It shouldn't feel like a sludge. Yep, end of the world. Got sprayed. Which again, just not fun. This game could have been a million times more fun if the balance was changed. But as it is one of the least enjoyable experiences I've ever had in a game in my life. Again, 35 years, probably 10,000 games plus played. This is one of the least enjoyable experiences I've ever personally had. If it wasn't that bad for you, I'm glad, but this is one of the worst games I've ever played. It might, like, as I play it, the score just goes lower. Because it's that flawed. I mean, this thing should probably do half the damage, maximum half the damage that it does per attack. It's just out of control, man. It's literally out of fucking control. Never seen anything so unbalanced in my life other than the bosses in this game. All the Souls games, everything. There are some more annoying fights in the Souls game, but as far as its actual balance, it never feels this imbalanced. This shit is a travesty. Like, I would be, if I made this game, I would honestly be ashamed. Like, I'd be like, no, I promise I didn't make this game. They'd be like, you sure? Because your name's on it. No, that's a different me. Like, I promise you, in my heart of hearts, I did not make this game. Like, I would do whatever. If I had to change my birth name so that I could prove I didn't make this game, I would. I would not want my name attached to this. look at this shit. Was that enjoyable? Was that fun? No. No. Not in the least. No. That was terribly unfun. Like, come on, man. Like, I've, again, never had so... It's just a matter of saying, oh, where can I stand?
Who are you?
Where it's, and you say, oh, well, that's every fight, but it just doesn't feel balanced. Again, get a hit, run. 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 No one wants to do that. That's not fun. You can't even say, I'll block, parry, counter, run. Block, you can't even mix. No. It's get a hit and then run. Get a hit, run. Get a hit, run. Come on, man.
安心の国にはどんな刀があるの？またどうぞ。
Okay, so that was a lot of nothing. Okay. I did bet that. Start the next terrible mission. Oh boy. I already know what's coming up. Damn ice bitch. I've seen this bitch before. Ice cunt. Fucking ice cunt.
界をたどっていけば何かわかるやもしれんぞ。開墾、遠さ、忌憚、無数の亡者どもの念が一体に渦巻いておる。
Two hitter. Just that easy. That's what I mean. Any enemy. Just two hits. Oh yeah, level up. You want to level up? You want to spend 1,000 hours leveling up? Well, we'll just immediately level up every enemy in the whole goddamn world with you. So it won't matter if you level up or not, because enemies are always going to be incredibly capable. I mean, again, it doesn't matter how easy you beat them. The point is, if they hit you, you're dead. Again, that's never fun. detection. Don't worry about hit detection. We got you. I mean, their hit detection will always hit you. But yours, no. Don't worry, we got you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll hit them. Sometimes you won't. Just don't worry about it. Keep playing. Even though the game's already incredibly unfair and poorly balanced, you're just worried about the wrong kind of things. Oh, you want to be able to hit the enemy when you're aiming at them, when you're pointing at them? Fuck off. Huh? How about you go play Dark Souls? One of the games with people who actually give a fuck. You dumb fuck. You expected to do something regular in a game? You were really a stupid motherfucker. That's the way this game should, like, you feel like fucked up just for being like, hey, could I possibly just like, you know, prepare to get one shot. Again, that's incredibly fair. Just, this game is just garbage. You can't block it. You can't do anything about it. Your key's already low. I don't even get who bought, like... I mean, look at that. I can't hit him. I could not hit him while he's red, while I'm aiming at him. That's what's crazy. It's not even like, oh, you're not... No. My reticle is on him. He's red, meaning he's on the ground and out of key. Yet I absolutely cannot hit him. Worked that time. I wish that's what I mean. So wildly inconsistent. You can forget about trying to do anything. Again. Yeah, I can't hit him. Oh, you wanted to hit him? Don't worry about it. Yeah, I know you're using like a middle stance. You should be able to hit him, but you won't be able to. I don't know why you expect to be able to hit him. I don't know why we gave you 3 stances if fucking 2 stances can't hit 80% of the enemies in the fucking game. But you know, don't worry about that. You know. Sure, 80% of the fucking, you know, enemies are too low to the ground to be hit. But you're just worried about the wrong things. You were expecting this game, expecting balance, expecting a fun, expecting, you know, a fair shake, and that was your first mistake. You know, you shouldn't have expected anything because we weren't going to give you anything. We decided that the moment we set out to make a Souls game without understanding what is a Souls game, expect balance again. You stupid son of a bitch. We aren't giving balance. It's not what we do here. Oh yeah, I was expecting like, just a regular balance game. Where like, regular skill and knowledge and understanding would serve me well. But you expected wrong. This isn't that kind of game, buddy. Right, this isn't that kind of game. We just put things around corner. It's all trial and error. Everything in this game, trial and error. Do something regular and die for it, and now you know to expect fucking something that doesn't even make sense to expect. That's new. That's surprising. Has to be open from the other side. I'm not gonna bother trying.
とはまた風流じゃの。すねならぬ存在が消えた今、なんぞ変わっておるのではないか。
Buddy. This is the only thing I do like about this game is those little things. They're adorable. They're just adorable. Everything else can eat a dick.
深き猛威、拙僧の力では。信長様より抜けし体温を忘れたか。
really dislike the level layout a lot. Like, you have no idea where to go. I'm sure you're following me around like, what the hell is this? What are you supposed to do? And it's because, again, someone told them that having confusing layout is the same as having good layout. Like, no one ever explained to them that, no, just because your layout is, like, not well done doesn't mean it's well made. Or, like, that it's great. It's just, everything just feels poorly done. I don't know why everything just feels so poorly done, so poorly thought out. It's like, what they don't realize is everything looks the same, so there's no way to tell which way you should be going or shouldn't be, because everything just looks exactly the same. Every room looks exactly the same, every corridor, every hallway, there's no way to tell. It's just white. Like, look at this, it's just white with, you know,
私を置いていかないでくださいまし。
white with a couple ladders and some identical looking hills, and it's just hard to know anything in this level. So now I'm back where I started. Guess I should level up again. Not that it means anything, since I do it, everybody else does it. That's expected. Oh my god. I didn't see you there, buddy.
あの姿、私の心は常にあなた様と共に。なれど
大名物の数々むざむざ眠らせておくは罰当たりというものよ。信長様、どちらにおわしまするか。
Oh god, where'd you come from, bro? This game just pisses me off. But there'll always be tomorrow. Or maybe there won't be for this game because it's too poorly made.